Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving my top, it's a 10 I think, top 10 most disappointing 2022 titles. Now these aren't the worst, they were disappointing. I had uh, either higher expectations or they were looked at to be this really big movie and it just fell flat for me, or something that may take like a rewatch or something at some point, but I'm just not got to that point yet for that rewatch because I just need time to get in the mood to watch one of these. Um, there's no particular order. I'm just gonna go down the list of my 10 here. First up, we have The Northman. This is one that everybody seemed to love. Um, I went in with no expectations, hoping to be blown away by it, and I came out just thinking it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it like everybody else was. This was being really put out there as this great movie, and I didn't see it when I watched it. I just thought it was very uh, long and just one of those that I had other issues with. I went in my review on, but I'm not going to go into that with this one. But just didn't reach the expectations as others people had kind of set for it for me. Um, Next is one that I'm going to. The Northman I am giving a rewatch to. I own the DVD. I picked it up for like $1 or $2. I thought, why not give it a rewatch at some point? Maybe I'll see what everybody else sees in it. But this next one I do own because I am a fan of the franchise. Somebody's alarm's going off.
Yep, something's off.
I'm a fan of the franchise, and I want to try to, knowing after seeing it now, I want to try to give it a rewatch to see if I can enjoy it more. Um, and that is The Munsters. I do own it. It's sitting over there on the shelf. I just didn't bring it over here to hold up. Um, but it was one that I was very disappointed with. But I want to give it a rewatch. I want to, now that I know what I going into it, what I do, I want to do it because I love the Munsters show, TV show so much. It's one of my favorite classics shows, and uh, I want to just try to get into it, try to love it for what it is, more than what I did the first time around. Next is one that I wanted to love. I was hoping to love. I thought it was going to be an action-packed film with some comedy. It did not work for me. It wasn't terrible, but one actor in particular really drug this movie down for me, and that movie is Bullet Train. There's a lot of people that love this one. Some say their best action film of the year. Um, I didn't enjoy it as much as as some people. I did not like Brad Pitt. I'm not a huge Brad Pitt fan. I like some of his stuff, but I'm not. There's a lot that I don't like from him, and this is one that I think if you'd have took Brad Pitt out of it and added somebody else into the role, like Ryan Reynolds, who does make an appearance in the movie, not really a spoiler at all because he's in it for like 2 seconds. But if you would have put him in it in place of Brad Pitt, I think this could have been a great comedy, a great action comedy, and it could have been in my top 10 of the year. Um, Unfortunately, it did not happen, and it falls into the most disappointing of the year. Next is Bros. Bros is one that I had hope for because Luke Macfarlane had made his non-Hallmark return. Maybe I don't know if he's been in anything. I'm assuming he's been in other stuff besides Hallmark, but I don't recall him being anything other than Hallmark. So it was kind of his debut for me. as a fan of him, as a fan of his in of the Hallmark films. But this is his first non-Hallmark film that I recall seeing. And this was a big disappointment. And it mostly is because of things said from certain people that was just ridiculous. And I'm not going to go into the full details. I go into it over on my review video. But the movie is just not what I wanted. It's not funny. It's kind of preachy, if you will, in a way. I guess is the way to say it. With how he portrays it, in my opinion, it's kind of like in your face soapbox. I guess is a better way to put it. And it just, Hallmark did a better gay rom-com than Bros. So, and I'm fixing to eventually watch another one coming out. Spoiler alert, I think's the name of it, if I'm remembering correctly. I'll be watching that and seeing how that one is, because I'm right now 50-50 with them this year from the ones I've seen. So we'll see how it goes, but this one was definitely just a disappointing one. Next, this one I put on the list just because in a way I had some expectations, but in a way I didn't, just because it's a superhero movie and I kind of figured it was going to be what it was, and that is Black Adam. Black Adam is just your standard mediocre superhero stuff, with The Rock given a stale, bland performance. There's not a lot of funny moments in it from him. It's coming from the side characters who look like other characters in a way, not color scheme wise, but attitude, his personality and his look, the design of his costume remind me of a Marvel character. And just other issues I had with it, but this one falls definitely on the most disappointing list. Next, we have Don't Worry, Darling. This one falls on here because of Florence Pugh. I love Florence Pugh. I had such high hopes for this one because of her being in it. She was terrific in it. The movie, though, for me, just fell short. It fell flat. Harry Styles was just meh in it. The movie has potential, but it felt long, and I just did not like the chemistry and stuff between Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. And I hate that because like I said, I love Florence, but it is what it is. Next, this one really killed me that I did not love it as much as I was wanting to, and that's Violent Night. Violent Night is one that is hurt by a lot of unlikable characters. There's too many unlikable characters in this, so many that you don't know who you want Santa to actually kill, because you have the ones that are supposed to be your bad guys, and then you have the family that he's supposed to be protecting that you only really like maybe 1 to 2 of the family members. The rest, for me personally anyways, I found very annoying and just wanted them to be off the screen. I couldn't stand them. It did have a lot of great action scenes, some good gore scenes once it kicks in, but just wasn't something that I was like, this is an amazing Christmas action thriller or whatever. Did not reach that level. I love David Harbour as Santa Claus, though. He looked great. He did great. Next is Uncharted. I'm a Tom Holland fan. This movie is just did not do it for me. It just felt like a generic action adventure movie. I'm not a huge adventure movie fan to begin with. I haven't ever gotten into the Indiana Jones films, which is what this kind of feels like. Um, so I was hoping, not having not played the Uncharted games, I could get into it more, but it just did not work for me. Next is one that was boasted by fans to win awards. I watched it. It's just okay. It didn't feel like an award-winning film. It just felt like a overly long, kind of meh, boring film at times, and that's The Fabelmans. Probably an unpopular opinion for this list. At least it didn't hit the worst of the year. But it was definitely a disappointment with how much build-up it got. Just that runtime, the story just was kind of dragged at times for me. It didn't work. I did not enjoy it. It's not one I would revisit. And lastly, my wife loves this one. So she's probably going to kill me that's on the most disappointing, but hey, It's not on the worst. And that's Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't stand you right now.
Jurassic World Dominion was a disappointment. I did not care for it that much. It wasn't terrible, but this movie could have been so much better. You had the original three back. You had other characters back, but it didn't work for me fully. I wanted more from it, and it kind of dragged. It didn't work for me. My wife loved it. My daughter loves it. Which she's 7, so she loves almost anything you put on.
Listen.
But
it's good.
But it just didn't work for me. It doesn't follow my worst of the year, but it does follow my most disappointing because I am a fan of the first Jurassic Park movie. I can watch the sequels, but my favorite's still the first one. Always will be the first one.
Addison, like all of them.
But yes, that is everything for my most disappointing of the year. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we will see you all in the next one.